what's up? Welcome back to session. Still trying to complete all the pro missions on manual catch. Double kickflip in any stance times 4. Double heel flip in any stance times 4. Doesn't seem like a lot of run up. Didn't count, no, luckily. This is not as easy as it looks. Doesn't help that I'm coming literally out of a session of ETS2. So my muscle memory is still catching up from driving virtual trucks to riding virtual skateboards. Okay. I think it's starting to click. That felt like a triple. 1, 2, oh no. It was a double. And one for good measure. I wasn't sure if I did 4. So, heel flips. No. If only I could do a running start consistently. I really have mixed feelings about the running start. Does it look better? Yes, quite a bit. Am I using it wrong? Probably. Probably at least some of the time. Yeah, sketchy. Let's try to redo that front side. Just want to have a look at the last one. Yeah, a bit crooked. Okay. First try switch tray. Ribs man. I don't think he's gonna be in this map. No. I assume he's in the creature park. Or not. Okay, place big slope. What in the world is a big slope? Like that, I guess. Kind of sunken into the ground. Place plywood on top of concrete. I don't think I ever knew that that's how you're supposed to use the concrete bumps. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to do. There's a real risk of clipping if if I get too close to the left. Yeah. If possible, I'd like to do a front feeble. I did not. But we can try again. I will try again. Closer. That was nice. The sound didn't really fit. No, not perfect. From blunt, it's kind of begging for it. Trying to use the side pop more. And for once, I don't want to do the fakey. In hindsight, I could have placed it a bit closer. Was kind of strangely locked in. But I'll take it. Daewon. Where is he? It's not the most optimum fast travel point. Oh. And he is in fact not even here. Okay. Next one. I'm sure he'll show up eventually. You then, sir. Grind the right rail. Grind rail, grind curb, pop out. I guess that'll mean the left one. One thing at a time. Yeah, I mean... Again, kind of begging for a feeble. It wasn't really a feeble. Better. It's kind of awkward that you fall onto the ledge. Maybe you can do some kind of transfer. Not exactly sure how. Because if you pop out of the feeble, there's not much room to land on the ledge. And that just looks weird. If you low pop, perhaps. slow as you like. Yeah, I don't know. Next, grind, grind, pop out. Kind of. Ideally, the best outcome would be backsmith faster than that. Nose blunt, backside blunt, I mean. But then I still have to pop out. And have it count. Why am I flipping all of a sudden? I did like 10 attempts with no flips. Come on. It does say grind the curb. It's really unclear generally if when it says grind you are allowed to slide. Sometimes you are, sometimes it's either or. That was actually what I wanted to do. I just didn't know if it would look cool. It's kind of fun. Sweet. What else could I do? I'm running out of inspiration. It was a short burst of creativity and mostly first try tricks. I'm sure there is more. There's always more. Like from a 5-0, what could you do then? That, but better. Smith nose blunt should be possible. This might be one of the very rare obstacles where a wheelie would actually look cool. I've expressed my aversion to wheelies. But here, because of the momentum, it kind of makes sense. I don't know what it is. Sometimes, most times, they just look kind of physically impossible. Okay, moving on to this, I guess. I can guess what I'm gonna have to do. I guessed wrong. I thought I was gonna have to do something with this gap. Object dropper, move the bench. Okay, flip in, grind, flip out. Times 3. Off to a good start. It's a shame about that car. It's messing up my lineup. I need to pick a trick and focus on that because I'm just doing random stuff. I will admit it wasn't much of a grind. But I like how it looks. Okay, that counted. Exactly the same. Frontside big spin, tail. No. But it's either just not enough speed or way too much. Can you do it at all from this angle? Okay, yeah. It's kind of a thread the needle situation, but it does work. Didn't count. I might be losing my mind, but I feel like the first few attempts, your alignment is as you said it, but then suddenly it changes to the left specifically. Because I had the same issue last time with that, what was it, flip into a blonde slide at Chatham Towers, where everything was peachy the first few attempts, but then my guy started running up and veering to the left. I'm going too fast and grinding too far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Cannot land a single thing. How is that possible? I can't do a kickflip front crook. But I can do, but I'm not sure what it's called. Heel flip body varial, technically. Tail slide. I'm gonna cheat just a bit and lower the bench. Not so much. Yeah, whatever. We'll just pretend it was deliberately welded into the concrete. Always missing the flip out. Seriously. I'm not doing this on purpose. At least my initial trick is more consistent. It's usually how it goes. A few dozen attempts on the first half, and then another dozen attempts on the second half. I'm gonna try something else, because this is not really working. But what? Kickflip blunt. And then a frontside heel out, perhaps. Not a Casper. How am I doing this? I can never intentionally land kickflips into Caspers. It's always varial heels, varial flips that work better for me. Now I did like 5 in a row. He's staying too far over the bench. Okay. I wasn't even paying attention. I want to do kickflip front crook, nollie, or yeah, nollie backside heel, back in. I'm guessing it has something to do with the trick relative input. It just doesn't want to do it. Okay, I'll take it. Plastic surgeon, perform 500 nose grinds. Yeah, that was not pretty. Okay, I am still hoping that Daewon will show up. Maybe if I just fast travel to another map and then back. The icon is way too high off the ground. Oh, he's here. Was he here before? If he was, I apologize. Low pop grinder slide, no pop out. That I can do. Or can I? It specifically says grind or slide. Low pop front Smith. As usual, I don't know. The worst front crook ever conceived. Low pop front feeble. Come on, man. smooth. Not valid. Come on, why am I doing... I know why I was doing heel flips. Just the game couldn't keep up with my inputs. Okay, sure. Part 2. Low pop, grind or slide, flip out. It's 1, 2. Wasn't meant to be a 3 shove. I don't know what I want to do. Low pop. Low pop front tail. And then frontside big spin out. Not a hard flip. Painfully slow. Can you do a low pop blunts? I'd say yes, but not easily. Yeah. Redo. Formally request a do-over. At least now we don't have the squigglies to distract us. No pop over. Sure. Oof. Sloppy landing. Still nice. Why am I popping over? I know what my fingers need to do. It's just I have to do it faster than I can prepare for. And for once I remember, albeit too late. Should be working. I don't really know if the white one is more easily visible than the black one. Might have to give up on this idea because it's taking a bit longer than I'd like. See, I don't understand why he's popping to the right. Wow. From tail into a Casper. It's not something I would ever think to do, so in a way it's kind of a nice, happy accident. I don't understand. If you can tell from the controller what I'm doing wrong, I'm not doing any input consciously, at least. That would make me pop to the right. Man. what happens? I changed my mind, or he changed his mind mid-air. I'll give it 3 more tries. That did not count. I don't understand. It's driving me nuts. I don't know. I don't understand how to do that. Single inward heel. Single inward heel. Single inward heel over the thing. Come on, guy. Thank you. Also pretty fun. Sometimes big gaps like this are nice. Kick flip, no, frontside flip, late shove. I respawned too soon because I thought I would hit the box. It also just wasn't very good. Felt better than the previous one. No. Maybe there just isn't time to cleanly do a front shove or a late front shove. Sweet. A bit wider angle. A bit ridiculously high, but I still, like, height-wise, I think it's safe to say I cleared it. But horizontally, not like there was a load of space. Okay, I spent a bit longer just expanding on what I had to do for the missions. Which means I didn't get as many missions completed as I would have liked, but you know. I also don't want to make these videos much longer than 40 minutes or so. It's always a guessing game how long they will actually turn out to be. Because it depends on how many failed attempts I have to take out. Usually that's a lot. random. And just speaking for myself, I underrate San Francisco. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do here. Just in my mind, it's kind of an empty map with a lot of like low obstacles, if that makes sense. Anyway, I have to stop. Jesus. I'm getting too many ideas. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. I hope you like these videos. Let me know if you do. That's a very cool gap, which I have to remember. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Just taking in the sights.